Guys, good evening. I am Jenny Chisholm, and this is my channel. I am so excited to see you coming back. And if today is your first time, you are so welcome. I am a men's life and relationship blogger out of Nigeria, and here I give useful tips to men, especially single men, to get the woman of their dreams and live happy. Yeah. So I am today going to talk about something that is a major scam about women that so many men fall into. Yeah, that's what I'm going to treat it. A major scam about women that men fall into, and how to, of course, avoid it so that you can live a more fuller life and not go the way of the world. Like how and end up the way most men end up. I want to make sure that you live happy. That's part of why I do this. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Or maybe I myself am the one coming back. Okay, like I was trying to say, what is this scam? You might be asking, what is this scam about women? Like, in my research and working with men this 7 years and actively for 3 years, I found out a lot of things. And of course, being in society, there are a lot of things that you just naturally find out that are just stereotypes which are just general mindset that society have, even when it is not true, right? So I have found that a lot of men consider women as okay, let me put it this way. A lot of men put women at a pedestal, not as human beings but as things that they need to acquire. And as a single man, you want to run away from that mindset. You know why? Because when you look at how an average man grows up, makes money or not, goes to school, gets married and all that, and ends up, you'll find out that beyond the wealth strata, whether the man had a lot of money or not, there's something that is always integral. It is always how the man manage a relationship with women, right? So if for the men who had a lot of women in their lives, so when they die in old age or whenever, there's usually, of course, complications, right? But that's not even where I'm going. But of course, this will also help you to prevent that. I mean, that's if you want to live a life that is simple and fulfilled and full, right? I mean, everybody has their choices. I don't preach, any one way. You choose what is your happy, right? Now, there's something I see that the average man, if you're not careful, all that you will be working for, all that you'll be doing, all that you've been trying to achieve, all that you'll be shouting in the public for is just to get a woman's nod, a woman's approval, a woman's validation. And that's a dangerous place to be, because you see later in life, men just become more of dependent on their wives or on the women in their lives, and also become almost irrecognizable. You see this man who is yoppy, who is all of that, as a young person, the go-to person. People are just removing face and and just ignoring him, even if he's a womanizer, and then everybody just feels it's cool because of the current society where we are. But later in life, he becomes lonely, he becomes confused, he becomes almost numb. And this thing, it doesn't have to be old age. He just have to be sometime from the middle age. If he doesn't have a major sickness that slows him down, or just have one kind of bankruptcy or something that makes him slow down, you just notice that he just winds down. And if you check his life trajectory, you will see some regret. Most men get to old age and wish, oh, I wish I took better decisions, I wish I did this. And usually women are always in the equation of how a man ends up. Now, society has a way of lying that, oh, it's a man's world, is that. But of course, when a man is abused, you can't even talk about it, because society will think, are you a woman? Why are you looking for? Are you weak? Are you all of that? So for me, how is it a men's world? Yeah, there's so many things that are meted out against men that they can't even complain about. They just soak it in, and they are dying, and it really impacts on their life negatively, right? So it is our world, right? Everybody has a fair share of making a meaning out of their life. Where am I going with this? When society makes you think that you have to go to school, get a job, because you should begin to ball, and acquire the women, is a dangerous thing. Because at the end of the day, you discover that at the end of life, all you lived for was for a woman or for women. And you know why this ideology, why you need to correct it now that you are not married, is that your children are watching you, right? Young people are watching you, and they are picking lessons. We are the generation that are redefining things. We're getting better, even with all of the things people say, oh, our generation is too that, is too that. But we also have the best of parents. Trust me, we still have the best of husbands. We still have the best of wives. We have more wives who are supportive of their husbands in our generation. We have more husbands who will go all out to take care of their children, to carry their children, to cook, and not see it as helping my wife, but see it as it's our home. Yeah, so a lot of ideologies are changing for good, but of course there are also the very bad part of it. But one of it I think you should look out for, think about this thing I'm saying. Most men live all their life trying to get the validation of women. So if you see a man who is doing all sorts, negative, positive, just to make money, it's just because he wants to be able to lounge, with some champagne, with naked girls around him. He wants to be able to pay for threesome. He wants to be able to, cheat on his wife and take a girl out. At the end of the day, you ask, is that the reason why you toiled all day, wasted your youth, just to be able to afford to pay women? Yeah, so you begin to question certain things by asking the right questions. There are so many married men that wish they made better choices. There are many married women that wish they follow their heart. And this comes back to being able to follow your heart and ask the hard questions, make a decision and stand by it. A lot of men fall into this trap because they don't feel they deserve to be heard. They don't say their truth, right? So it's a major scam if you believe that, oh, I need to hustle, so that girls will respect you, so that women can respect you, so that you can pick any girl you want, buy her a house. And how does she having a house and living off you to the detriment of your integrity and all of that, how does it make you a better man? That's what I'm going with it. So it's a major scam, because the society that told you that women are things to acquire have killed and ruined a lot of men who end up in their life in regret. You don't want to go that route. You want to pick up your life. You want to say, this is what I believe, this is what I want to do with my life, this is who I want to be with, and stand by it. That is real strength. Right, a lot of men are not able to do this. That's why we have a lot of people, a lot of men that so many women can't on a good day choose. So if you want to be also the man that your wife would respect, and of course leave a legacy that is worthy, right? I usually say in my men's group that you're already an ancestor, because you won't die young. You're going to get married, have children. You're already an ancestor. Act like one. Don't be the ancestor that they will think back and say, oh, all these are our fathers and their mistakes. Be the one to correct the mistakes. And that is just by seeking your peace of mind. That's what you want. So don't believe in the scam that women are things to acquire and you have to make all the wealth so that you can impress a woman. Do it for you. Do it for your children. Do it for your generations unborn. Do it for your wifey. Right? Alright, so since I come your way again tomorrow, I bring it to you real. Remain fantastic. And do make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And of course, if you need any form of counseling, therapy along relationship or life in general, do also reach out. And of course, I would be at your call. Thank you very much.